My kidnapper just left the door open because he knows I cannot leave. I know Reddit seems like an odd place for me to turn to, but I know this is the only place that people would actually believe me. I feel very drained, though. I will try to tell you what's going on the best I can. I guess, I'll just start from the beginning so you can understand what's happening. Today started off like normal. I woke up and I got dressed for work and started to head out the door. I do not currently own a car, so usually I just walk. However, today I was feeling a little lazy, so I wanted to call an Uber instead. I had a gut feeling to just walk despite my sluggishness, but I was too stubborn and extremely tired, so I shrugged it off. Now more than ever, I wish I was more obedient. If I manage to make it out of here alive, I will definitely start that ASAP. Anyways, I called an Uber and stood outside and waited for it to arrive. While I was arriving, I looked down at my phone and saw a text message from Uber saying my ride was canceled. Of course, I was pissed and cursed under my breath regardless. I started to call another Uber. Right when I was about to submit my address, a car pulled up right in front of me. The car's windows were all tinted, so I couldn't see inside. Slowly, the passenger side window rolled down, revealing a putrid odor that almost made me gag. Even though it was like 9 a.m., the car was so black inside I couldn't see anything past the car door. I could make out two big eyes staring at me from the driver's seat. I remember feeling like I was going to be sick. I guess I thought it was from the smell, but now looking back, it was definitely my sixth sense trying to get me the heck out of there. But my stupid head decided to stand there like I was waiting for something. Before I could even rethink my decision to stand there like a deer in headlights, a voice came through the window. I wanted to say the smell got worse as soon as the sound of the voice hit my ears, but that could have just been the tired talking. The voice was very deep and sounded like if you took all the voice changers in an app and mixed them all together. Like the alien, megaphone, chipmunk, male, female, etc. Anyway, I assumed it was a dude by how low the voice was. And then he said, "Did you call an Uber?" This question was followed by deep, congested breathing as if he had the flu. Now looking back, if this dude was actually an Uber driver, which, spoiler alert, he most definitely was not, wouldn't he have known I did call an Uber? Just going to show you how stupid I really am. Anyway, I gullibly told him yes, and with no questions asked, he told me to get in the back seat. I opened the door and the smell just got worse, but honestly, I really didn't care to know why. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. After about a minute of pure nothing, we started to move. I turned on my phone to check the time and make sure I wasn't going to be late, and oddly, there was a notification from my Uber. Once again. I thought it was just another one of those rate me things, but I still clicked it, and it was a refund for my Uber. Finally, I put two and two together and started to get a little worried. I started to calm myself back down and realized the reality that it could have been a mistake. I thought that up until we started passing my turn to my job. And then the panic started. I full-on tried every contact in my phone. I sent out texts, calls. I even tried to call my local Domino's. It just seemed like the world's power went off. And that's when I noticed it was pitch black outside. Like, not the type of dark like you turn off the light in your bedroom at night. The type of dark that you feel like if you stepped into it, you would just start flying through space. I don't know why, but I felt like I had to say something to the driver, and to my surprise, there was no one. And that's when I blacked out. I don't know if it was from fear or what, but I just full-on passed out. And when I woke up, I was in a huge room. It was really just cement from all the walls I could see. I was in a chair, but I wasn't tied, so naturally I stood up. I looked at my surroundings, trying to take in where I was, but I couldn't see anything but the chair in front of me. I heard a door creak open from somewhere behind me. I turned and there was a bright light off in the distance. From how far away it was, I could instantly see this was no small or even average-sized room. I waited for a few extra seconds to see if I heard any footsteps or anything in particular. After about 45 seconds of no noise whatsoever, I decided to book it to the light. As I started getting closer, it felt like something was pulling me faster to the light, and I basically let it take me. When I was about maybe 10 feet away from the light, I could see the outline of a doorway, which of course gave me a feeling of anxiety and excitement. The closer I ran, I saw the entrance to my parents' neighborhood, which was a good distance from mine. Wherever I was, it was at least somewhere familiar, however I got there. I was only about 6 feet away now, and I slowed down just a bit. I started thinking about how I would get the word out. 5 feet. Would anyone even believe me? Maybe I could lie to make it a little more believable. 4 feet. What would I say? I was kidnapped. Yes, the door was wide open, and I did just walk out. No, I was not hurt. 3 feet. That already sounded horrible. 2 feet. I finally reached the door, and I almost leapt out of it. I felt like everything was going to be put behind me. I could finally leave. I was free. And then I opened my eyes. And I was back in the chair. In the room. Again. At first I thought I was dreaming, but after 5 more attempts, I started realizing I couldn't leave. I even took the chair and threw it out the door and then jumped out. And to be honest, though, I could trick the door or whatever vortex I was jumping through. Needless to say, it didn't work. Me and the chair just ended up in the same place. I also started noticing something. Every time I would end up back in my chair, a couple of things happened. One, the outside started changing outside very slightly. For example, the clouds would turn a shade darker, or a curtain in one of the houses would change the outline color. Very slight details that I wouldn't have noticed if I wasn't pressed to get out. And 2, every time I appeared back to the chair, I felt more fatigued. That is why I'm so tired while writing this. I've tried about 100 times. And lastly, 3. It feels like the room is getting smaller. Like I can see the other walls now. Before I really couldn't, but now I can see them very clearly. But then again, I am very sleep deprived. So now you guys are all caught up. I'm going to try and get some sleep so I can actually think with my 2 brain cells. If any of you have any ideas or have experienced something similar, then please tell me. As you can tell, I'm not going anywhere and my phone is running out of charge, so I will see if there's any way to charge it. Well, I'm going to sleep now. I will update if I can find a charging source. That's it for now.